That's what I think. You're just not gonna come back.
Dude, there's a 10% chance, man. 10%. I'm gonna go
That's
out there.
pretty high percent chance.
Well, fine. What do you mean? 90% is way higher of me coming back. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and Starbucks mugs. My name is Brent, aka Boo-Wop. I'm here with my man Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
My goal in life right now, currently, is to actually collect those mugs from every place I visit, at least. For the states, I would just collect the state mug, and then for like California, I collect all the cities that I've been to in California. But Japan, I would like to get Tokyo, because Tokyo was really awesome, and I plan to actually visit the other cities too.
Oh, so Osaka will even have their own what do you call it? Their own
mugs. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Been there series, and plus I do drink coffee, but still, I would like to have those mugs. Those mugs are pretty cool.
That's crazy, dude. How come you didn't pick it up when you were over there last? You didn't think about it?
It was actually the opposite. I was going through a phase in my life, and I was collecting baseball caps. As wherever I visit, I'll collect a baseball cap from that area. But when I was like with my nephews and nieces during, I think I went to where's the place? Silicon Valley.
Okay, yeah.
And then I ended up getting a hat, and then we went to San Francisco. I ended up getting another hat, and then my nephew and nieces were like, "Uncle, that's an old man hat." And I was like, "What do you mean, just the style? Just the one I'm holding in my hand?" It's like, no, you're like a dad now. I was like, what? Hold up. So yeah, that kind of scarred me for a little bit. So yeah, I had to think of something else, like how you collect the patches. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to actually collect those mugs because I drink coffee.
Jeez, dude. All because was it your cousin or your nephew?
Nephews and nieces. I was like, man, what do you mean? I thought this is cool. Look, it's cool. He's like, yeah, that makes you even more dad. I was like, oh my god.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. But no, your nieces and nephews are at that point in their lives where they're too cool. We all had that point in our lives when we were too cool. Right?
Yeah.
So they just are making fun of everything except for what's cool to them. And what's cool to them is like some elaborate fucking weird Undertale type thing, man. So it's okay, man. Yeah, your hats are still cool, dude.
Yeah, that's why I like the flat bill hats. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
What other mugs do you have from which other places?
It's mainly all the West Coast, like Washington, California. I'm trying to get Texas, trying to get Arizona because I've been there, and I got I forgot where else Idaho, Idaho, and yeah, different places that I got the mugs from, and Hawaii. So I'm gonna collect all 50 states mug. So that was saying that I visit though. I don't know. I won't be able to get these mugs anytime soon, but still, I would like to try.
Yeah, dude, I believe, man. You just do a road trip of all 50 states, dude. That'll be easy.
Exactly. See, we've already been to Nevada. I got to get Nevada too.
Oh, yeah. Specifically, just go to Vegas, man. There ain't nowhere else to go in Nevada, dude.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, no, the trip is coming up, dude. I'm excited. I'm literally leaving. Well, this comes out on Monday. I'm leaving on Tuesday, dude. So I'm out here. I'm just racking my brain. I'm finalizing, packing everything now. Right before we started recording this, I zipped up my suitcase, man. So it's real, man.
Are you gonna bring your laptop and everything?
I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about it, but I don't think I'm ever gonna use it.
Exactly. I was gonna say I brought mine, but not once did I ever turn it on.
Yeah.
I did not even touch my phone to look at stuff because you're going to be so excited to you're going to be going home late around 11 p.m., knocking out drunk, and then you're going to wake up at like 6 a.m. to check and explore everything. So, yeah, you are totally not going to touch your electronics.
Yep. That's the dream, man. That's definitely the plan, dude. So
Yep.
I'm out there, man. I think I just got everything finalized with what I'm doing in the Philippines too. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna go hang out with family, my dad's side, my mom's side, and then the wedding, and then after the wedding, do some tour, swim with some whale sharks, and then just
What the
be
heck?
let loose free in Japan. Yeah. I've always wanted to swim with a whale shark, man. Have I talked about this on here?
Nah, you said something about swimming with like koi pond fishes. I don't know.
No. A whale shark, man. Because I want to be just in the same vicinity or next to something that's just fucking huge, dude. You know? I mean, the biggest thing we got on land is what? An elephant or a giraffe or something, you know? In the zoo, you could feed giraffes, and that's cool. You know? That's all cool and well feeding a giraffe. But the ocean is fucking huge, and it holds huge things in there.
Exactly. Huge, terrifying things that can eat you up in one gulp.
I
Yep,
was
I've seen it.
I was talking about what was I talking? I was talking about unconventional fears the other day with one of my coworkers, and I don't think I have one. Um, and I'm talking about one of those things. Let's say you're scared of heights, right? And it's not just like you go over a bridge and you just feel kind of nervous. It's when you go onto a bridge and your legs stop moving. You can't walk because you're
Oh,
just
you get like
stunned in
paralyzed
fear.
with fear.
Yeah, one of those type of situations. I don't think I have any fear that's like that.
PT.
See, that's different, and I hate jump scares. You know, for enough to me to not watch scary movies, and that's the one thing. But in an actual situation, you know, and now what I was thinking about it as we were talking, and there was this one time when I was snorkeling in the Philippines where we were snorkeling kind of by a reef, you know, and then at one point the reef just drops off and it's just the open ocean. And they kept telling us, "Don't lose your snorkel. Don't lose your snorkel. It'll cost like $50 to replace
Dude,
it."
they
And
said that to me too.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like petrified to lose my flippers and all that stuff.
So in my case, someone I was traveling with, as they were getting onto the boat, their snorkel dropped, and I'm a pretty good swimmer. You know, I took lessons since the day, and so I was like, "Oh, I got you." So I went down, just swam down as fast as I could to grab it, and I grabbed it, and I grab it, and I look up. All to my left is blue. All to my right is blue. In front of me is blue. Below me is blue. I look behind me, it's all blue. I felt so small, man. At that point, yeah, a kraken could have came and ate me, and no one would have known, dude. Just I felt so insignificant in that shit, right? So I just want to be next to something that's that huge, man. That just I can't wrap my head around how something can be that big, you know.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm excited. That's one of the more exciting things I'm doing in the Philippines is swimming with a whale shark, man. Um, hopefully
Not
everything
with
I
the
do.
cage, right? This is like
No,
literally hugging him, riding
yeah,
him
I'm
on
gonna try and
top.
ride it, dude. Yeah.
Holy guacamole.
Because whale sharks, they just eat. I don't even know why they're called sharks. They're just a big fish, but they just eat the little shrimpy things, you know.
Hmm.
So he'll be slowly swimming, just opening his mouth, so all those shrimp go in his mouth, and I'm gonna just swim next to him. Give someone a thumbs up to take my pic. It'll be good stuff, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that, and then yeah, once I think that's the day before I go to Japan, and then in Japan I'm just chilling, man. So
Yeah.
it'll be good times, dude. On my way there though, I'm gonna be playing a shit ton of Pokemon that just got released on Friday. I actually haven't bought it yet, because I knew I was gonna be busy this weekend with packing and getting ready for the trip. I had a birthday party to go to and a baby shower. But you've already jumped into it, right, man?
Yeah. I
How's it
just
been?
jumped in it today. And yeah, like I don't know, I was taking my time just to read everything. I literally stopped by and talked to every single NPC.
That's how you know you're invested in a game.
Yeah. And then I didn't know about the whole players being online and whatnot. Like I thought this was just like a solo game, and
Mhm.
then if you're by somebody, you actually go and trade Pokemon with them. But then I was running around, and then I press connect to the internet, and then all of a sudden I start seeing like a bunch of I thought were NPCs just running around and stuff.
Mhm.
And I was chasing one to try and talk to him, and then this person was like really like zigzagging, trying to dodge me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I never seen an NPC dude does this before, and then he disappears, and then I ended up seeing another NPC. So I would go up to that person, talk to him, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this can't be an NPC. His name is Big Dick." So I just like, yeah, I realized, I was like, holy crap, these are actually players. And I don't know if they're like the shadow of a player, or like, like Dark Souls where you click it and you see them running. But these players were actually moving, and that person was really dodging me. Like I was really trying to talk to that person. And also too, I forgot to mention that if you do talk to these guys, they end up usually giving you stuff. So, which is cool.
Does it come straight out of your inventory? Do you know, or it's just something that?
No. They give you stuff, or yeah. I don't know, but
okay.
It does. I don't think it does come out of your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't come out of theirs either. But still, like, I think if you do interact with them, then they'll give you something, like like an automatic kind of thing. So,
Okay.
Which is pretty cool, And then the raid things. I don't know what the difference are between the Dynamax and the Gigamax or whatever.
Wait, what? I thought it's just one thing. There's two different kinds?
There's two, and I think one is like meant for getting an additional move or something, and the other one is turning giant. And so, what was cool too is right when in the beginning of the game, I was talking to some of the NPCs, and if you actually had like Let's Go, Eevee, or Pikachu, depending on the NPC, they'll give you like a Eevee or a Pikachu to start off with, which is pretty cool. So I started off with the Eevee, and the Gigamax only works with certain Pokemon, by the way, and I'm not sure which one yet, but I tried it with Eevee, and that was pretty sick, Like, I was in the back, and, I made my Eevee grow. But the thing is, I was playing with NPCs, and then I was talking to Eric, and he was saying, yeah, you can actually play with players. And then so I was looking around for another raid, and I joined it, and this guy, like, knocked everything out in one hit, so I knew this guy was a veteran player. But either way, I think Eric said something about you can only use one Gigamax thing per team. I don't know if that meant like at that time you could, and then another one pops their Gigamax and another one pops theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I haven't tested that, and so either way, I popped mine. It's still awesome. The giant Eevee and this little fur things going up. But Pokemon is really good. Like, they really took over Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu, and they like took that concept and all the original games, and then they just made it really great. So yeah, the game is really getting good scores all around, and the Pokemon are pretty interesting, and like catching it too is what's interesting, because before in Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, they're usually moving around, like you visually can see them, but then they added a feature where you can visually see them, but then there's also different types of Pokemon in the grass that you can't see unless you're like running through the field and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I still don't understand how to catch some Pokemon. Like, there's a Butterfree that was flying really, really high in the air, and then people were saying, yeah, just whistle. So I was like, okay, I whistled. And when I did, it's normally Pokemon, when you whistle, Pokemon's supposed to go to you. But I whistled, and the Butterfree was just flying away. And I was like, motherfucker.
You have to whistle in real life? Like in
in the game. Yeah. Like, you have like a button to whistle.
Okay.
Other than that, I won't spoil the rest of the game for you. The game is great. I'm still in the very, very, very beginning of the game. I'm just trying to catch all the Pokemon I don't have, so I can fill up my Pokedex.
How hard are the raids?
Some were easy. And then that one where I joined the veteran player.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did the attack first. I did my quick attack, and I did a little tiny damage. And he did his attack, and he knocked it out in one shot.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's where I can see. And I was like level 15.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it depends on the level of the Gigamax, whatever the raids you're doing and whatnot, and the Pokemon, the rarity of it too.
And were you automatically matched up with people, or like could you have done that by yourself?
You can do it by yourself, and then have. That's what I did the first time. I did it by myself, and then when you say don't play with others, that means 3 other NPCs around your level are gonna join you, and they're gonna help fight the Gigamax thing. But if you do play with others over the internet, then yeah, that's when you can play with other people. You can play with just 2 people, like I did with that guy, or you can play with a full party. Either way, it's kind of like Pokemon Go, where you join a raid and you're waiting for other people to join that little instance. If you know what I mean. So
yeah. It says like there's a certain amount of people that are in line or waiting to fight it too with you.
No, well, it's more like you join in and you just wait for people to join you.
Oh, is there a timer?
Yeah, there's like a 2-minute timer.
Okay, fair enough. So it's like a pre-battle lobby.
Yeah, exactly. So other than that, the visuals are very, very good. I really enjoy the combat. The Pokemon I've never seen before, and yeah, if this what it meant to go on an adventure in Pokemon, this is it.
It's finally realized, man.
Yep.
So you're explaining before that. So the big thing that drew a lot of people to it was there's a free camera. The camera's not just above you anymore. You can, or behind you. You can swing it around now. But you said that's not the case for all the spots, right? Yeah.
So the spots I've been in, mainly kind of like it was a fixed camera. Everything's focused. But there's that one area that I was in that you can freely explore. The area is huge too, and you can freely explore by spinning the camera and whatnot. You can't look up and down, which is tough because I was trying to look at that Butterfree in the sky, but I couldn't. But yeah, it's a big world, and then there's weather too in this thing. So I sent you a video, but I don't know if you've seen it. But basically, it was like a cloudy or a sunny day, and I take a couple steps, and it was like raining really hard. So yeah, and then
I did see that.
It does like when it was raining, it was doing like thunderstorms. So I guess I don't know. I guess it does affect the Pokemon too. When it does like thunderstorms or rain or whatnot,
it boosts them, like weather boosts and all that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, that's not bad.
There was one where it was hailing ice, and my Pokemon was taking damage.
Really? While you were walking around?
Well, no, while I was battling.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Then.
Yeah.
Were Pokemon you were fighting getting boosted by the hail?
Yeah, because I think they're meant for that area. I was fighting Delibird, and it was snowy, so I was like, he wasn't taking damage, but I was taking damage.
That's fucked up, dude. Have you fought any gyms yet?
No, I'm on my way to my first gym, and that's where I left off. I just paused the game and had to go out. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I think I'm about to. I know exactly how long I'm gonna play Pokemon during my vacation, man. I'm gonna play it for about 20
minutes,
22 hours. No, man, I'll play it for about 22 hours. That's how long that's how long the flights are back and forth from.
Oh yeah, they're about roughly 10 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
10 to 11.
So that's how long I'll put into this game, man. But I'm excited. I haven't played Pokemon really since Gold and Silver, and even then I didn't finish Gold and Silver because I thought they added too many mechanics, man. I was fine with Blue, Red, and Yellow was just fighting Pokemon and shit. Now they hold items that could boost themselves and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm hyped, man. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, and plus the tutorial is pretty good at explaining all of the things. Like it's very good, like saying, "Oh, if you give this to a Pokemon, it's gonna boost it. So go ahead and give it a try," kind of thing. So it's like it'll hold your hand while also letting you go free, like that Butterfree that was flying, and it ignored my whistles. I wanted that Butterfree.
I was just thinking about that the other day about because I've bought well, I haven't bought. I've just been playing a bunch of new games recently. I have the Xbox Games Pass. Jedi Fallen Order came out.
Damn it! Yeah,
as well.
I need to get that.
And I started playing that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But all the tutorials, right? Well, that's the thing. I've played Shenmue and finished Shenmue, the first one on Xbox Games Pass, and then playing Jedi Fallen Order right after that are kind of day and night, dude. In Shenmue, they don't tell you how to do shit. Nothing at all. I don't know. I didn't know I could run until halfway through the game. I didn't know I could go into first person view mode. I didn't know I could move the camera. I didn't know I could do a lot of shit. In Jedi Fallen Order, I take one step. It won't let me open this door unless I look up and down with the joystick, dude.
Dang, so it's like really
it walks you through. Yeah. But at the same time, it got me to thinking, oh, that's right. When Shenmue came out, I remember plenty of times, even probably with the original Pokemon, when I first bought the game, the first thing I did was take out the instruction manual. So I think playing Shenmue, they expect you to have already read the instruction manual so that they don't have to give you all these tutorials and stuff. And I think I miss the old way, man. I think I miss having the instruction manual that lets you know how to do everything.
I'm a mixture of both. Like I need at least them to kind of tell me about it so I'm aware of it, and then I'll figure it out, kind of thing.
So and so that'll be my main thing. I don't know. See, I don't even know if I'm a mixture at this point. Maybe it's just because Jedi Fallen Order they didn't let you do anything else unless you did what they wanted you to do. For example, at one point they teach you how to parry, right? And what they'll do is there's two enemies there, and then they show you how to parry. So you could fight those enemies. You already know how to do some combos and some attacks. So I'm a fucking Jedi. I'm fighting a stormtrooper. Fuck that. I'm just gonna reflect his fucking beam and then slice down this other one. I don't need to do anything else. More stormtroopers kept dropping in from the roof until I parried one of them and killed them. It wouldn't let me advance. Like, these stormtroopers were infinite until I did a counter and a parry. I was like, wait, what? So there's times like that where it'll take me out of my immersion, and I think that's why. Well, so far I've only put maybe 3 or 4 hours into Fallen Order, and I've played Shenmue like the whole fucking week, man. So I think that makes me appreciate more the game and being immersed in the storytelling, because Shenmue is all about a storytelling type thing. They really want you to get immersed in the world. So yeah, now I think, especially after playing Shenmue, I appreciate going back to the instruction manuals, man. I'm all for it. Final Fantasy VII needs to come with an instruction manual, please. He needs to tell me like what the OG one did. He needs to tell me Cloud's birthday, his blood type, all that shit, dude. But yeah, man, this just got me thinking about it. How are there a bunch in the beginning of Pokemon? Are there a bunch of tutorials?
A little bit. Like, yeah, I guess you can say so. Like, they'll block your way. It's like, oh yeah, have you checked out so and so's house? Before you kind of go. Like, but it does it so in the beginning you get an idea how to do everything, and then once after that, you're like kind of set free to do whatever you want, like, explore whatever you want. But other than that, yeah, I can see what you mean. Where like they kind of hold your hand and
Yeah.
yeah, kind of take you out of your immersion and
Yeah. Yeah.
whatnot. But like for me, I just need to know if it's there, if it exists, so I can start asking the right questions on how to
That's
do it
true.
right.
Yeah. Or introduce it, or I mean, in Shenmue, you have a bunch of kung fu masters that you learn new moves from, and they actually give you an opportunity to practice the moves. So something like that that's tied into the story more. You know, I don't
Hmm.
want fucking Professor Oak to sit there and tell me, you know, press A if you want to use this attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't fucking press A in real life, dude. It's a fucking video game. Or how about this? I didn't know for a long time, right? In the original Pokemon, that you can move items by pressing select and then pushing it down. Did you know
I
that?
didn't know that.
Dude,
I would always scroll all the way to the 99 items,
the
all the
only
way
reason, the only reason I knew how to do that was because of the fucking glitch. Because you had to put the item, and I
in
think,
the sixth place.
yeah, and then encounter missing no, and then run away from it. That's the only reason I knew that you can move around items, dude. That's kind of funny, man. So yeah, I've been playing Shenmue all week, man. It's been kind of funny because the game starts off. Spoiler alert for those that haven't played Shenmue. Your dad gets killed by this Chinese kung fu master. You're this Japanese judo master, or your dad is, and so the rest of the game is you trying to avenge your father and capture his killer, or maybe kill his killer, fight him, whatever the main character wants to do. So the first maybe 2 or 3 hours of the game is walking around the town asking if anybody has seen the person that killed your father, dude. And I thought I was gonna jump in this and be kung fu fighting a bunch of people. Nah, I was just asking people around town. And it's so much like a fucking RPG quest where you talk to one person, they direct you to someone else. Talk to them, they direct you to someone else, so on and so forth. I actually didn't fight anybody until maybe 3 hours into playing the game, man. It was horrible.
Wow.
It was horrible. But again, I think it made me appreciate it more. You spend that first 2 hours just building up this world and realizing how real it is, because every character, every person that's just walking in the street has a voice actor attached to them. So it's kind of wild, man. You get super immersed. Then the action picks up, you start fighting and all that. And then you find out that the dude is Chinese and he is in this Chinese cartel. And the Chinese cartel works with this gang that runs the harbor. And you can't find any information about this gang in the harbor unless you get a job at the harbor. So I spent maybe, I don't know how long, man, because I burned through that first part about getting to the gang in the harbor. That part took me maybe a day or two over the weekend, right? So to become like aware of this gang in the harbor, I had to get a job. I had to drive a forklift and move boxes and shit. That's what I did from Monday to Thursday during this whole week, man.
So you're working in real life and you're
working in the fucking video game, dude. I know. It was fucking horrible. I think I had to work at the docks for like 5 in-game days in order to gather enough clues and get noticed by the gang and beat up some people where they started taking me seriously, man. And then that's it. And then you find out, oh man, I missed him. The guy that killed my dad is already on his way to China. Let me jump on a boat and go to China. And that's the ending of the game, dude.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't started the second one yet. But now I understand why people love Shenmue so much and why they were so excited when Shenmue 3 came out. Well, I guess I'm not fully 100% there. I'm like 70% there. I need to see how Shenmue 2 goes. But it's crazy, man. I think it's a game ahead of its time for sure. That game came out in fucking 1999. Like I said, everybody's voice acted. It's 3D, and there's a lot of mini games and random shit in it. It's like Yakuza before Yakuza came out. So you think about it now, Yakuza was like a PlayStation 3 game. This was a Sega Dreamcast game. So it's kind of insane.
Was it clunky in fighting and all that stuff?
100%, dude. So the combos are based and the moves are based off of the directional buttons, right? And when you're facing your enemies, like you'd press forward, X on the Xbox controller, and that would do like a charging elbow or something, right? Or you could do a counter if you do back Y as an enemy's attacking. Like there's just different kind of buttons you have to press, and that's all good and well. I'm not that bad. I can play a fighting game here and there, right? The only fucked up part is the camera is so horrible. It's consistently just rotating around the fight at random, and you think you're pressing forward, but you're actually pressing like sideways or something, just because the camera angle changes halfway through the fight. It's so ass, dude. The last boss is a pain in the asshole too, man. He just is so cheap. He's short, so your kicks and shit don't really hit him, and his attacks take off a bar of health each hit, and I think you have 15 bars of health or something like that. So I died to him once. Fortunately, I was able to cheap him up. I got a couple cheap moves that I leveled up all the way, and I had a bunch of dodges that I could use, and fucked him up. But I could see where that could be annoying, man. It's definitely a last boss kind of status that I'm used to. Fortunately, the checkpoint too, when I died to him, the checkpoint was just the cutscene before the fight, so I didn't have to run too far away, man. But yeah, it's all the Shenmue fans out there. I get it, dude. I get why you guys are so excited, because Shenmue 3 comes out on Tuesday, I think.
Wow.
On the 19th, yeah. So I know that got announced. When did that get announced? That got announced with Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was in 2015. So yeah, people have waited 4 years for that shit. So it'll be a good day. When I get back, I'll for sure probably play Shenmue 2 just to get with the hype with that as well. Yeah, dude, it's a good game. What else? Oh, before I talk about Jedi Fallen Order, dude, did you see the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer?
Yes, and at first I was like, "Oh, another Sonic trailer," but yeah, they actually did a good job at. I think they did a good job in remaking the character design. You know, they listened to the criticism and whatnot, and like even though he still looks strange, you know, in real life, but yeah, I can see they did a good job.
Yeah, I think they did a better job as well. And you know what they did? Have you seen the comparison videos and all that?
Yeah, and I was freaked out. Like they had the teeth and everything.
Like. Yeah. And you know what they did? All they did was fucking give him anime eyes, man, and it worked.
Yep, and they removed the teeth.
yeah, they removed the teeth. They just made him way huge. Now I wonder if those corny jokes that everybody cringed really hard at are still gonna be in the movie. Remember that part where Cyclops has him in the bag and he's like, "Oh, it's a baby in this bag," or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, they actually. Yeah, I can see the humor. It's very, very dry. So I don't know. I probably would see it if it's on Netflix.
And the only thing is too, I feel like they gave the whole movie in that trailer. Like, you know what's gonna happen in the movie based off of the trailer, dude. They gave away too much of the plot, I think.
Exactly. He came from another world. He was bored. So now he's going back to his world.
Yeah. That'll be insane, man. Speaking of Netflix, Disney Plus is out in the streets. That's new from last week. Mandalorian. Have you seen the first 2 episodes?
I haven't seen the second episode yet. Even though I've already rented, I used my free trial just of now, so I can watch the second episode. I messed up. I should have saved it till the end so I can watch all 20 whatever episodes for the whole season.
Yep. Yeah, should have. Because how long is your free trial for? Just a week, right?
7 days.
Oh my God. You better watch Disney movies from now until whenever your 7 days is up, man.
Yep.
Throw Johnny Tsunami, Brink.
Whole New World.
Yeah. Aladdin, Hercules, Mulan, all those in there, dude. They also have the whole X-Men series on there. They got Spider-Man from Fox back in the day, the one that we watched as kids. They got The Simpsons all on there, dude. They got a lot of shows on there, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the Spider-Man though.
Yeah. The movie or the cartoon?
The cartoon.
Do you remember they had?
Nope.
That's actually true. You won't remember. Rick was trying to tell me a joke earlier, and he forgot it right before I told it.
5 seconds.
As soon as he came up with a joke, he fucking forgot it already.
Yep, it's gonna bug me.
But there used to be a Cartoon Maker that you could install on your computer for that version of Spider-Man, and I think it came in. I think it came in the Cookie Crisp cereal box.
Oh dang!
I can't confirm that on Google. That would be the weirdest Google search ever. But yeah, I need to find like the torrent or the file for that and try to play it again. I remember I was making some crazy cartoons on there, man, because it would have just moving characters. You could move across the screen and different backgrounds and things like that. So yeah, I need to see if they have that still. And if anybody's ever played it, please remind me or tell me I'm not crazy, because I feel like that's something only I had. That and the Chex first-person shooter. Did you ever play that one?
Negative.
Damn, I'm crazy too. It was like Doom, but with Chex. It was so fucking weird, man. What about the Lego computer game? Did you have that one?
Negative.
Oh, damn, dude. I just had all the random computer games then.
Yeah, what are you eating?
Well, no, the Lego computer game was actually came with fucking Legos, I think. And it was you were on this island, and then you could just build shit. I forgot who the enemy was, but there's one point where you're a pizza delivery kid. You're riding your little moped, and you have to take down this helicopter by throwing fucking pizzas at it. It gets kind of crazy. And it was the hardest shit ever, man. But damn, see, now you make me feel crazy that you don't know these fucking games, dude. I'm out of here. With the OG computer games from Compaq and shit. But what else is going on? So what have the reviews been like for Sword and Shield? They've been pretty
really,
good, right?
really good. So.
Especially after all
and
that.
I wasn't even trying to look for it. Like, I was looking at Twitter. And of course, you know, they spammed the feeds and whatnot. And they're like all saying it's like one of the best games and one of the best Pokemon games. Very graphically great and all that. The gameplay is fun. They're introducing new features with like the whole people running around. You know, it's just one step closer to that whole Pokemon MMO RPG that we all need and a thing. And so, yeah, I'm just taking it very slow, starting very slow, and like really talking to every single NPC I see, because there's some NPCs that give you stuff, even though it's like a Pokeball or whatnot. Still, like, the NPCs are actually building the world, I think, you know? Like, the world already exists and it's really great, but what's the story behind it? So you talk to the NPCs and they're like, oh yeah, I used to be a trainer, and you know, this brings back memories, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, man, yeah, okay, I can see that. So
is there voice acting in it?
No.
Okay.
I think it's all your typical Pokemon game. Nobody really talks.
What about?
It's just speech bubbles.
Okay. Do they make noises though when you talk to them?
I don't remember. I wasn't really paying attention because I was reading it, but
okay.
Yeah, there's like Pokemon noises that make noises.
Yeah.
I guess people too, but I don't know. Maybe they do during conversation.
Yeah. I think the more and more I play games now, the more I don't like that. You know, there's maybe some of the old PlayStation 1 games got away with their PlayStation 2 games where if you talk to an NPC, they go, haha, and then it just has their whole what they're saying in words, you know?
Oh.
I can't dig that shit anymore. It's 2019, man. Come on. Get full voice acting in this shit.
Where they're like, oh, yeah. And then, they say like a whole paragraph of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still super excited to play that. I just brought up reviews because I think Jedi Fallen Order has gotten better reviews than Death Stranding, but I think people that play Death Stranding are loving it way more than they hate it, dude. I've heard just nothing but good things about that game since it came out, man.
Death Stranding or Jedi?
Death Stranding.
Oh yeah. Like like I said, it's very, very strange because a lot of people are poking fun at the delivery but for some reason in my Twitter feed, like I'm seeing like people are not bagging on it. They're like saying it's pretty good at this, pretty good at that. And I'm like, dang, like I guess.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Especially after it was kind of iffy after the official reviews came out a week before the game came out, and everyone was giving it either a 10 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. You know, or people were saying, "Oh, well, we didn't finish the game because we didn't like it," type of shit. You know, so it just really makes me question reviews nowadays, or at least the professional type shit ones, where it's like, all right, well, it's your fucking job to play this game and review it. Why are you just gonna come out and try to be all controversial and be too cool and say, oh, we didn't even want to finish this game, you know?
yeah,
trash, man.
I think I'm kind of pretty biased. So when I see like a bad score, and then I see it's from like the like IGN for something like that. First I say, wait a minute, what did the people think?
Yeah.
Like what do they give it? And then you'd see like they would give it on average 8 out of 10 kind of thing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna believe the people over IGN. Kind of thing. But if it's the reverse, where like IGN or Kotaku gives it a good score, then I can like say, oh, okay, I don't have to look at the other people's reviews. So it's strange. Like I'm giving the games benefits of the doubt.
Yeah. Wait, this is really bad? Let me check more research. Oh, this game's good. I don't have to ask any questions.
Exactly. So by default, the people have spoken. I have spoken.
That's fucking funny, dude. For me, I just think I have a couple, I guess, sites or publications like IGN and Kotaku that I know their taste in video games is kind of similar to mine. So whatever they score games is fairly accurate to what I'll think of games as well. But yeah, dude, closer and closer. Once I finish fucking Jedi Fallen Order and Shenmue 2, dude, I might get Death Stranding. There's gonna be that awkward month where I'm not playing anything, either January or February. So I'll probably pick it up then, man.
Oh yeah, we still got a huge backlog of games, so.
Dude, I know. And the most recent one I've added to it, well, might be added depending how long it takes me to finish, is Jedi Fallen Order. And all across the board, I think it scored higher than Death Stranding in reviews in general. I'm finding it a little bit, I'm not gonna say hard. I guess I'll say wonky. I've always said before, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, they look like easy games to make, right? You just make it, attack and dodge. Those are your main mechanics in the game. You could throw a block or parry in there too. Those are the main mechanics. But that's really it. You don't have to worry about any other systems like sharpening your sword in Monster Hunter, or having this elaborate item or toolbar or ability bar like any other RPGs. That's all you have, And other games have been successful at it, like Nioh, or kind of successful at it in their own way, like Nioh. Other games have been total trash at it, like Lords of the Fallen, and in my opinion, Dark Vein, Code Vein, that anime Souls that came out. They look and act like a Dark Souls game, but when you actually play it, it just doesn't feel the same. It's kind of floaty, the hits feel like they don't have any impact. Same thing with Lords of the Fallen. You try to dodge in that game, it takes you 20 years, even though you're wearing no armor. And it just feels just super clunky. From my first maybe 5 or 6 hours playing Jedi Fallen Order, it feels a little bit too floaty, man. That might be on purpose because you're a Jedi and Jedis can just fucking Superman jump everywhere. But so far, yeah, I'm gonna have to fight more because right now I'm just fighting. The tutorial part was a bunch of stormtroopers, so you have to reflect all their lasers. And
so
then,
what you're saying is it feels like it's on autopilot.
kind of.
So like when you're blocking lasers, you can press it like 5 seconds before and it'll block the laser.
Yeah, and the thing with that is it's dependent on the difficulty you put the game on. They even tell you, if you put on this difficulty, your parry window is this long. If you put on this difficulty, it shrinks a little bit. This difficulty, it shrinks even more. I think there's 4 different difficulties. And I'm playing it on the hardest difficulties. I think it's like Jedi Grandmaster or some shit like that.
Oh, dang.
So I think,
Padawan.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be similar to Dark Souls. I want it to be similar to Dark Souls and shit, right? And it is, as you put it down on the hardest difficulty, the parry window does become super, super tight. Like, it has to be like Neo, or not Neo, it has to be Sekiro. Yeah, levels of parrying shit, in order to hit that counter or that opening on the enemy where you can counter them. Now, the only problem with that is they spend the whole tutorial teaching you about that. And then they throw you into an area where there's a bunch of beasts, like giant toads and giant fucking larva maggots and crabs and stuff. And you can parry some, but some of the monsters are just way too big that you aren't able to parry them. So you have to depend on dodging. And the timing on the dodging is kind of weird. So that's not completely reliable. At the same time, the hitboxes are kind of weird. So you could be standing right next to an enemy. He does an attack that hits everything in front of him, and you'll still get hit by it. So I guess I'm just really critical of the game because I am such a fan of Dark Souls type games, that I really see like all the creases in this origami picture thing that they have in front of me. But then again, I'm only in the first 6 hours. Who knows? Maybe as I fight more humanoid type enemies or stormtroopers, it'll get better. But yeah, right now it's just fighting big bosses is super clunky, man.
It's probably because you got so not jaded, but you've been doing Dark Souls level. And, anything lower than that feels like, oh, this is too slow. My ninja eyes are already way advanced. That's why when we're playing Neo again, I was like, I can kind of see everything coming at me. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because of Sekiro or whatever. But either way, like, Sekiro, I think is the hardest game. You parry at the right when it's like at your neck kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you can spam it, of course, but then I was reading it slows down your parrying if you spam your thing incorrectly, and it increases your poise. I was like, damn. So yeah, that one actually makes you. I think that one trains your eye, your shinobi eye, and whatnot. And anything less than that is, I think it's too slow.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. So one of my gripes is, they teach you how to fight, and then, like I said, you all of a sudden you're fighting these beasts where none of those rules really apply. All of their attacks you can't just parry like that. For example, so in the beginning, you kind of follow your robot buddy, BD1, to this certain location. And of course, there's a diverging path. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go down that diverging path, right? And I go down that diverging path. It leads to this boss, this named monster that has a health bar on the top of the screen. So I go, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to kill this guy. Nope, I get my ass kicked. He kills me in 2 hits, right? Just with I don't have the ability to heal at this point either, So finally I get in there maybe 3 or 4 times. And the thing with this game too, I think this was the same case for Bloodborne for what I've been reading. I mean, I didn't play Bloodborne at launch, but the loading screen from when you die to when you respawn is forever, dude. Forever. I could catch 3 Pokemon in the time it takes me to die, respawn, and then come back on the screen where I can make the run back to the boss. It's way, 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 way too long, where it kind of takes you out of it and you lose motivation. Because after those 4 times, I lost motivation. I was like, all right, I'm almost going to be sitting here for half an hour. I'm not just going to keep doing this, especially without having the ability to heal. So where before I would be stubborn and try to beat the boss, I was like, nah, man, let me get basic abilities down first before I try to fight this thing. So I followed the droid, and I get to this one point, and I turn a corner, and what do I see? That same boss monster, but it's a regular enemy. I'm like, wait, game, why are you doing this to me? But for some reason, he was way easier. I guess his health bar wasn't as big. So I went through the whole kind of first planet. I was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna run back and beat up this frog. I go down there and he kicks my ass over and over again for like an hour, dude. It was hurting my feelings so much. So I wasn't giving up until I finally killed him, and I was like, all right, I'm done with this game for tonight, dude. So maybe that's why I have such a negative outlook on it for now. Because I felt like that boss was so cheap. There were times he had this move, right, where he kind of pauses, he glows red, so you know it's coming. And he has this attack that just charges halfway across, the area that you're fighting in. And at my difficulty, it takes off like 3/4 of your health, So there was this one time where I was right in front of him when he was going to do this attack. I dodged, so I was right next to him. And so I start just wailing on him. Since he's getting ready for his attack, I know I'm not in the way to get hit by it at all. But just because of the way the game is and the way the attacks go, my momentum with the attacks moves me forward, and I clip through his front leg. So now technically I'm in front of him. He does that attack and I die.
Dang.
I almost threw my controller. Almost. Because his health was so low at that point. That was one that I kind of just like, oh wow, really, game? You're gonna do that to me? But hopefully it improves. I mean, this game, like I said, scored way better all across the board than Death Stranding, and all I'm hearing now about is how great a game Death Stranding is. So hopefully it picks up. Story so far and fighting with the stormtroopers is great. Had a little bit of a run-in with one of the Inquisitors, or people that are hunting the Jedi, in the beginning. So can't wait for another battle like that with someone that has a lightsaber. But yeah, man, I guess there's nowhere to go but up from here, from my first experience with the game, dude. And the thing is too is I think Sekiro has a similar problem. You can tell me how you're experiencing this, because I know you're really playing Sekiro super hard right now. But yeah, for the whole beginning part of the game, right, you're parrying a lot of enemies, you're dodging some attacks, but you find it's more beneficial to parry attacks, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you're fighting this fucking, spoiler alert, by the way, you're fighting this giant ape where parrying is like not even an option you're trying to entertain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I felt in this situation, where they teach me how to do all this stuff, and all of a sudden I fight an enemy where none of that shit applies to. But is that how you felt? Am I alone in this, or is that how you felt with the monkey?
Well, that's what I was wondering too. That's what, when I was playing throughout the game, of course you fight those humanoid monsters and whatnot, and you can parry them, and that's what I was like getting really excited and hyped about. I beat Lady Butterfly, who is, she's just like another shinobi or whatnot, and you basically parrying her attacks, you get it down to the T, and then I was starting to get into the area where there's beasts or monsters, and I was like, okay, I guess I can block them. I don't know. You go in, you fight the giant ape, which took me kind of forever with his first form, because I was like trying to get his momentum down. But the thing is, I didn't even try parrying. Like, he will, if you actually block and you mess up on the parry, it like messes up a majority of your posture, basically your blocking ability, and it takes off life too. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I thought you can parry everything. So I actually for once had to change my strategy and like rethink how I'm gonna approach this. And the way I fought him was not even the way it was taught to me, like the parrying. I actually had to just dodge, wait for an opening, slash him like a couple times, and then just completely run away, and then and I was like, okay, I guess this is the way of a shinobi or ninja, like hit and run. And here's the thing. I'm just going to go a little bit into this, but yeah, so it was Sunday, I don't know, Saturday. And this is when, right after we were playing Comic-Con, trying to get those Comic-Con. I didn't even get into Comic-Con, by the way. So that was like strike one of the day. Yeah.
Same.
And I was like, okay, whatever. So basically, I see the same monkey that I fought previously before, the same monkey boss, by the way. And he is in his second form right off the bat. So I was like thinking, oh, motherfucker, he has 2 life bars. Okay, let's do this. I spent a little bit trying to beat this guy, and then once I kill off one of his life bars, another fucking monkey boss comes out of nowhere, and there's like 2 of them, and that was like hard as shit. Just if I had trouble for just one of them, and now there's 2 of them, and one of them in his first form and one of them in his second form, which is a headless monkey swinging a giant. I don't even know where he got. Oh yeah, he had the katana because it was on his neck.
Yeah,
but still, why does he have the ability to hold it like this? The centipedes have ability to think and hold things? I don't think so. But either way, he was holding a katana, and the other monkey was like, he hits harder, the other monkey too, this first form, because he uses his fist, and it nearly knocks out most of my life when I do get hit by him. And what sucks too is like, here I am just trying to swing once, and the other one is kind of like covering the other monkey, and he was trying to like swing at me, so I have to run away and like give up hitting him. But eventually, after all the frustrated like 2 hours, I ended up killing both of them. And then I think that's when you're like mentioning, you're like, oh hey, there's the Chimchar event. I said, fuck Chimchar, fuck this. And so, after leaving the game and going out, I came back home later that night, and I was like, okay, time for more Sekiro. I don't know what it was, but this whole section of Sekiro is all about apes and monkeys, and so I was just fighting nothing but new enemy apes and monkeys. There's the white one with double katanas.
Oh yeah, that guy's a pain in the asshole, dude.
Good as me for some reason, yeah. And when he does damage, he takes off like 3/4 of my life. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, so I was just fighting nothing but monkeys all that day, the entire day.
So is that why you really didn't want to catch Chimchar? Because he just gave you PTSD?
Yeah, that too. And then plus, like, when I went to my parents, I was like, you know what, I'll just catch one. So I caught one. I said, that's it. I'm not going to go after Chimchar anymore because I'm still upset with those other monkeys. It's like, god damn it, man. Why did it make the whole game about it too? Yeah. It's like, golly. And then after that, there was another section. It's not really a boss, but remember that part where there's like 3 of them and you have to chase all 3 of them? Dude. I spent so I knocked the first 2 out in like literally 1 minute. The last one I spent 30 minutes chasing his ass because I didn't know how to get to him, and I had to actually explore and like try to think, and I was like getting upset. I was like, man, I am done with monkeys. What is this game about?
Because he's just the one I think you're talking about, the one that leaves the fire footprints or whatever. He is just fast enough to be faster than you if you run after him, Yep. I remember one time I got so close to him, and I think I pressed the wrong button. Instead of attack, I pressed dodge or something, or I pressed the parry button, and he saw me and he started running. I was literally 2 feet away from him, started running after him, and he lapped me. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. And then you have to like kind of make him reset his position. Oh god, it's just upsetting.
Yeah. Did you actually read and open all the doors and stuff with the notes on the walls and everything?
I think I read one, and it said open this door, and I opened it, and it created like wind.
Yeah, so it made a lot of noise and turned off some lights. Yeah. I did all that. The hardest one was the invisible one. That monkey was fucking random, dude. I couldn't find him anywhere, man.
Oh, I think I accidentally killed that one like first because I turned invisible. And I was like looking. At first, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And then I saw a monkey, killed it. And I was like, okay. And then I saw the other one, killed that. And I was like, oh, these are the 3 monkeys I have to kill. And then the third one, I spent 30 minutes just chasing it. I was like, God dang it, man. I think one point I even like accidentally jumped off and killed myself. I was like, I was about to throw my controller.
Yeah, I think. Well, I haven't checked, but I don't know if people speedrun Sekiro. You could probably finish Sekiro in 20 minutes if it came down to it. Because there's a point where you've passed this part already, and this can't be spoiler alert. Well, I guess it is spoiler alert. This game's been out forever. Wait, it came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah, April.
Oh shit, dude! Whoa, why does that feel like so long ago, dude? So, anyways, there's a point where your father, who you think died, again, spoiler alert, your father, who you think died, comes back and says, "Oh, we're gonna take over this fucking country together." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you can either choose to join him or keep protecting the young master. And you can say that you'll join him, and then you'll end up fighting the last boss super early. So you can finish this game in like less than 2 hours if you want to. I mean, with speedrunners, who knows? You could probably finish this game in 20 minutes. But where was I going with this, dude? What boss did you say? Oh, but one of the things you have to do is fight those monkeys. I wonder if there's like a crazy speedrun strategy for those monkeys, dude.
Dude,
or like you throw a rock at one, run to the other, throw a bomb at the other one, and you finish the fight in 2 seconds. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I had to use. I used my invisibility, and I just got lucky and saw one, didn't notice me, killed it. Saw the other one, killed it. The third one kept, no matter even if I was invisible or not, it just kept seeing me. I guess because it heard sound or whatever, but either way, it was. Yeah, there's probably just open that last door and kill that one really fast too.
Yeah. I think it is one of them is his eyesight is good, but his hearing's bad. The other one's his hearing's good, but his eyesight's bad. So you just have to kill these guys in different ways, man. Yeah, that boss fight is annoying, dude. It'll get even worse for you, I think, man. There's gonna be a boss. It's completely optional though. There's a boss near the end of the game that's optional. And it is a Dark Souls boss in Sekiro. Like, it doesn't make sense that you've been parrying this whole time. Then all of a sudden you fight this boss and you can't parry shit.
Damn.
Even worse than the monkeys, dude. So it'll be interesting if you choose to fight him or not, dude. Because it is.
I have to fight him because everything I encountered, I fought. I even went back to that headless guy you showed me.
Oh,
and I still had tough beating him, but I did beat him. I ended up using like 5 divine blessings.
Oh shit.
Or whatever, and but killed that one. But yeah, I think I'm on that part where I'm in the fountainhead and there's like a guy with a spear guarding the door, like you were saying. And this time, instead of 2 forms, he has 3 forms, which the third is the centipede. And I always get to the 3rd form, but by that time I have no potions, so I might just end up switching to a tactic of hit and run.
Yeah, that's what I did for that one. I think I ran in the trees.
And
dropped down and hit him. Yeah. But wait, you fought that boss before already, right? In like a ghost form?
Yes, and I actually had trouble with him.
Man, that one, yeah, he just has super cheap attacks. Either that or the build up for some of its attacks look too similar for some reason.
Yes, like the one where he either stabs forward, the death blow stab forward, or the one where he does a sweep.
They look the same.
Yeah, I thought I had it down. I was like, okay, it's on his right side that he retracts his weapon. But apparently he puts it in the same position for both of them. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's why I always get confused. And then I was like thinking, you know what? I'm just going to forget it. Just step back. When I see that symbol, I'm just going to jump backwards.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's funny. And yeah, you're right. That one, I think it only has, 2 health bars, where the one you're fighting now has 3.
3, and then that stupid worm thing like spits everywhere. And
Yeah. Damn, dude. Why do we torture ourselves with these hard games, dude?
I don't know, but I think it's because for me, I want to just use my letter opener.
Okay, so then for Elden Ring, the new one that's coming out, you just don't buy a letter opener, dude, or else it'll force you to play it.
Dude, exactly.
Oh man, that's too funny. Same for me, man. I could totally put Jedi Fallen Order on an easier difficulty. I think on the easiest difficulty, they showed. So there's like 3 bars. I think it's damage taken, parry timing, and something else. I forget what it is. But on the easiest difficulty, like the parry timing is all the way up, damage taking is all the way down. So it's pretty funny. If it comes down to it, man, if the difficulties affect like trophies or something, I won't change it. But if the difficulty doesn't affect anything, and there comes to a point where I'm just frustrated, I might just turn it to easy, man. I did that shit with God of War, dude. I might do it with this, man. But yeah, I think that's it. That's going on this week. Sorry if I sound a little stuffed up, dude. I've been trying to avoid being sick this entire time. I know
Oh,
I'm on
no.
this trip, man. But I knew exactly when it happened too, man. This lady came up and was delivering something, and her whole face was red, and she sounded congested. And she's like, "Oh, I have this delivery here for this floor," and I took it. Yeah, and I took it, and right when I took it, I fucking went to the hand sanitizer and just like rubbed that shit all on my hands, dude, up halfway my arms and shit, man. And before you knew it, same night, my fucking nose started to get all stuffed up, dude.
Oh no.
I'm pissed, bro. So I've been eating all kinds of Zicam, Airborne, and Dayquil just to like hold it back, dude.
Oh, apples too. Red apples.
Red apples, really?
Yeah, there's times when I'm like sick, and I've been, I get sick for a while, and then when I start eating apples, like a week later, I start feeling way better, and I get over it.
Okay, I might have to do that ASAP then. I'll probably eat apples for lunch tomorrow. But yeah, I think that's it for us. Have you been playing anything else, man?
Gwent on the phone.
Oh wow, how's that?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Like I was invested for a while, and then I was on a 15 streak win.
Oh, nice.
And then the last one I lost, and I haven't opened the game ever since.
So once you lost, it's like, all right, I'm done for now.
Yeah, because I think it's because we have the same kind of build, and we're like at the same cards, but he had more of better cards. Like it just had higher HP or life or whatever, and I was like, bullcrap. I have all these trap cards. It wrecks all of your enemies that are at your level. And it did. Like, I was throwing out traps left and right. And then to the point where we were down to our last, like, 3 cards. Literally 3 cards. And he beat me by, like, 4 points or something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I actually did my best on that match.
All of your powers combined couldn't
exactly, and he didn't even. That was the thing. He didn't even have any traps. 0 traps. I had all the traps, and I was like, "This is bullcrap, man."
Yeah. Dude, Monster Hunter World. We got to play that tomorrow night if you're down, dude. I got to finish up this Resident Evil stuff, man.
Oh, I'm down. I still gotta get Claire.
Yeah, I gotta get more of those badges, man. I guess we'll have a little time on after I get back from vacation, man. So yeah, going on vacation, we're probably gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, man. So hopefully nothing crazy happens. Hopefully no games get announced.
Your trip is gonna be great, and you're gonna live in Japan, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna have a samurai armor and everything. I'm gonna ask you to send me one too.
Get the Batman one.
Oh hell yeah, dude! With ninja stars. Oh dude,
shit. That would be crazy. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Until then, Rick, some words of wisdom? Or no, you got a question?
If you can choose an RPG world to live in, which one would you choose?
Oh man, this one's super hard, man. Shit. Which one?
Maybe a very happy world where no one dies.
I know. I would like right off the bat, just in my head, I was gonna say Final Fantasy VII. But dude, 7 is fucking trash when you think about it.
Dude, he's gonna you can like destroy your city with a meteor,
draining the world's energy, dude, to power and stuff.
Everyone's
I mean, Final Fantasy X would be cool too, but at the same time, they just have this giant whale that destroys
that's trying
the world.
to kill the world.
Yeah, whatever it feels like. It's so random. Fuck, which one? I don't think I have an answer right away, man.
Pokemon.
Ooh.
No one dies.
Whoa, wait. RPGs. What RPGs are we saying here? Like, do action RPGs count too, or just like the turn-based ones you're talking about?
Any RPG, action.
RPG.
Yeah.
Then I would live in Brave Fencer Musashi Land because they got a kingdom called All You Can Eat, and their enemies are Thirst Quencher. So it's all food based and great. I would, definitely. Well, shit. After playing Shenmue 2, I would hang out in that world as well. Like Japan in the 80s would be fucking tight. I'd fucking work in the warehouse. I basically did live in that world for a week, dude. Fuck.
I'm telling you, man. When you go to Japan, you're gonna be driving a forklift.
That's what's gonna happen. Is I'm gonna be like, oh man, nah, I belong here in Japan. I'm gonna stay. What's the first thing I'm gonna do? Show me where the docks are. Taxi, take me to the docks. I'm gonna get a job. Interview me. So, what experience do you have driving forklifts? I finished Shenmue in like a week, bro. I got this.
You're hired. Are you ready for your lynching?
Just watch out for the gang, dude. The Mad Angels.